Let's talk about neo-feudalism and neo-colonialism. So the bitch that called the Queen of England played a large role in colonial feudalism. And what we have today with the lie, the illusionary lie made up by the U.S. ruling class, which is basically U.S. Feudal nobility, is feudal rule in all but name. You can call it democracy, you can call it a republic, you can call it whatever the fuck you want, but it's basically neo-feudal rule. And this is something that they've seeded all over the world, especially in places that they conquered and colonized and held for centuries, and warped and utterly warped those countries, and they subverted others to become part of the mechanics of it. So Garland, I was happy to see Garland. He has a video called Colonialism, and he talks about exactly what I just said. He didn't call the Queen the Queen of England a bitch that she was, a murderous, tyrannical, completely ruthless monster. Never mind the entirety of the noble class in England. And this sort of stuff happens wherever there's a constitutional monarchy, you know. And even if you don't have a constitutional monarchy, you still have neo-feudal nobility ruling you. And what Europe is going through right now is prime example. They decided that only a small percentage of the population deserves to live in leisure and comfort and do whatever the fuck they want, and everybody else must become peasants and serfs. It's also how Canada operates, and how the U.S. operates. They're actively doing this. So I'm glad to see Garland address this, because I've been addressing this for quite some time. And Garland is the first one I've personally seen who is addressing this. Although I don't agree with him saying, you know, I don't look down on people that use all these flowery terms for the notorious criminal monster that is the Queen, and all of her co-conspirators. Because it's already apparent that I don't respect that sort of thinking. She was a monster, and and all she deserves is vitriol and bile from those who know what she was, and people that live in the West who haven't suffered under the tyrannical, murderous, tyrannical things that have been used. you have no right to speak on it. Absolutely none. You if you don't know about the true history, the real hideous history, and all of the crime sprees of pillaging and plundering and murdering and raping and destroying, you have absolutely no right, absolutely zero right. It comes down to this is a black and white issue. It comes down to actions that cause the destruction and deaths to spouting flowery stuff, which has nothing to do in reality with what they have done. And so again, you have no right. Your morality is warped and twisted. Your standard of living and your willful ignorance of not wanting to look into it and not basing it on the morals that you speak of and the ethics that you speak of, then you are, again, you have no right whatsoever to speak of it. Something that Garland pointed out is like, I'm not Chinese, and I don't live in the country, and the Chinese, Chinese have a 95% or higher approval of their government, and this is by Western institutions like Harvard and Stanford and so on and so forth doing this research. So look, I don't live in. I can talk about things that I disagree, but I don't live in China, and so therefore I don't have any authority to say how things go. I was born in South Korea. I know what life was for me, and for millions like me in China. I mean, in South Korea, and the South Koreans are South Korean neo-feudal rulers are horrible. They are absolutely horrible. So I suffered before I was adopted, and I suffered when I came to this country, and it was and became naturalized rather. So I have life experience. So so I am gonna piss all over the U.S. ruling class and the South Korean ruling class, and I'm going to empathize with those who have been made to suffer because of the actions of the Western ruling class. So, I'm glad that that bitch is dead. I wish she had been. She would have died a lot earlier. I wish the entire ruling class of the West to drop dead right now. And I wish they were all cursed with the most horrible things that could possibly happen, because that's what they've done everywhere, and they continue to do, both on the domestic and the international. So, yeah, And I'm not when I say talking about ruling class, I'm not talking about just the political or those that are non-elected, but I'm also talking about the major ones, the ones that have the means of production, the means of industry, the means of media control, the means of how education is run. I'm talking about the ones that make the fund these think tanks and other places that think up these policies and strategies. I'm talking about your Dow Chemicals, your fossil fuel companies, your health and pharmacological industries, your hotel chains, your gambling joints, your Walmarts, your Targets, you name it. The ones that have the big money, and many of them are generously inherited. This money and this position and status. So and then you have the new ones like Bill Gates and Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and the one from the one that owns Google and Apple and Samsung is part of it, but that's mostly for South Korea. I hate these monsters. I absolutely hate these monsters, and I wish they would all drop dead and take minutes to go away in the most horrible agony possible. And I also include Japan, the Japanese. The Japanese ruling class. These are all monstrous actors who have done nothing but create chaos and devastation and death and destruction. And I feel no empathy. I feel no compassion. I feel no respect. And so there's that.